Giving honor to Almighty God, the God of our ancestors, who answers to many names. In some parts of the world, they call that one God the Lord of Lords, the God of gods, and the King of kings. In some parts of the world, they call that God Yahweh, Jehovah, Elohim. Some call that one God Lord God Almighty. In other parts of the world, they call that one God or different divine manifestations of the power of that one God, Oludumare, Babaluaye, Obatula, Shango, refer to the phase of that powerful God in the feminine, and that power coming through Yemoya, Oshun, Nu, Amen, Amen Ra. In another part of the world, Nkulunkulu, Chuku. Whatever name we refer to that one God by, regardless to land or label or language, we, the original black man and black woman, call the African today, we know there is but one God. But I must remain, some call that one God Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But I must remain true to the foundation, understanding all that I have said and calling on the divine power of the one God many times in my personal life by all of those names. I must remain true to the base and to the foundation on which I stand. And so in the name of Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praise is due forever, for raising up in our midst a divine leader, a divine teacher, and a divine guide in the person of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the messenger of Allah. And I thank the two of them no matter what has happened. I thank the two of them no matter how much water has gone under the bridge. I thank the two of them because any wise daughter, any wise son should never deny their father and so, nor their mother. And so I thank both of them for the man who is my mentor and my teacher, the man who is largely responsible for what I am and what I am becoming, that one who is responsible for my spiritual and cultural and revolutionary rites of passage. I speak of none other than my, again, no matter what has happened, my spiritual father, Minister Louis Farrakhan. In their names, I greet you, my beloved and beautiful black brothers and sisters here at the Harriet Tubman Auditorium in Harlem, New York, with the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. Hotel. Free the land. Black laws for all black people. Shalom, shalom. Shealafiani. What's up? What's up? I am honored to have this opportunity, and to Sister Ya Asantewa, let's give her a strong black hand. Let's give Brother Obalewa a strong black hand. And to the merchants of the African International Merchants Association, let's give them a strong black hand. Come on, let's get some more live. Give them a strong black hand. To Dr. J, as we affectionately call him, who is the warrior scholar in our midst, following in the tradition of our great ancestor who has gone on to the realm of the Egun and who walks in the footsteps of not only Dr. John Henry Clark, having gone on to the ancestors, but Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen. I speak of Dr. Leonard Jeffries. Give him a strong black hand. To Reverend Clemson Brown, let's give him a strong black hand. Cinematographer and recorder of history among us, documents, and that kind of documentaries that we will be able to draw from generations and generations in the future. Give him another strong black hand. We are always taught to respect the elders because the elders stand on the threshold before making the next step into the spiritual realm of the ancestors. And so to the one in our midst who has now reached 80 years of old, 80 years of age, not 80 years old, but 80 years young is what I was trying to say. Baba Herman Ferguson. 80 years. As James Brown would say, let's get a drummer some. To all of you, my beloved and beautiful black brothers and sisters, and to the members of the new Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, our Chief of Staff out of Philadelphia, Sister Malika Muhammad, give her a strong black hand. To our National Assistant out of Atlanta, Georgia, Brother Hashim Nzinga, give him a strong black hand. To one of our chairmen, Brother Divine Allah from the 5% Nation of the Nations of Gods and Earth, give him a strong black hand. To another one of our chairmen who is somewhere on post, there he is in the rear, Brother Tucson, give him a strong black hand. I'm very honored and happy to be back home in New York. It looked like it was taking so long for someone to invite me and those who are working here on a daily basis to open a door here or there. Several of the schools that had been contacted at the last minute, the students were fighting to bring me in, and the universities, the crackers who were there, the devils there, and some weak Uncle Tom Negroes at the last minute dashed and crushed the students' hope and told them that I was not welcome on the campus and it would be too dangerous to bring me and I was too controversial to come. So Sister Ya Santiwa and Brother Oba Lewa opened the door and I hear the Dr. right along with me. My subject tonight is no more Negro stuff. That's right. Revolution is the solution. No more Negro stuff. That's right. Or we should say in Ebonics, enough Negro stuff. What is it? Enough Negro stuff. Revolution is the solution. And what is revolution? The most honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that revolution is complete constructive change. What is revolution? Complete constructive change. He teaches us that revolution is again complete constructive change. You start at one point and you must go, it is said, 360 degrees. The Bible puts it this way: as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. And in the beginning you ruled, black man. In the beginning you ruled, black woman. So in order for a revolution to take place, complete constructive change, you must be placed back at the pinnacle of rulership, back at the pinnacle of civilization. Again, as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. Malcolm told us, Minister Malcolm X, El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz, Brother Omar Wali, as he was the national spokesman of the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Minister Malcolm X said, a revolution is bloody. A revolution is what? Bloody. A revolution is bloody. Malcolm said a revolution knows no compromise. A revolution uproots and overturns everything that gets in its path. He said, why, if you knew what a revolution was, some of you would get back in the alley. He said, well, if you knew what a revolution was, some of you, well, you wouldn't even use that word, Malcolm said, in your vocabulary. And he repeats, he said, a revolution is bloody. Oh, yes, it is, he said. There can be no revolution unless there is bloodshed. There must be bloodshed in order to change the economic system. There must be bloodshed in order to change the political system. There must be bloodshed in order to change the academic and educational system. There must be bloodshed in order to change the religious systems of the world and the religious order that is in place today. There must be bloodshed. Every one of you under the sound of my voice went through a period where mother had to experience bloodshed. When we look at it, our head was at the top inside of mother's womb. Is that right? And our feet were at the bottom. But before we could come to birth, a revolution had to take place. And the baby had to go through this revolution, a turn in the womb of mother, so that the head moved to the mouth of the womb and the feet turned upward away from the mouth of the womb. And once the revolution took place, and once there was bloodshed, then the baby's head could do what is called crown. But the baby's head cannot crown unless a revolution takes place. And you, black man and woman, cannot wear the crown of freedom, justice, and equality. You cannot wear the crown of liberation unless a revolution takes place. And unless there is some bloodshed. Once the baby's head crowns, then at a point, at a stage, the baby is able to forge its way into the manifest light of the sun. But a revolution must take place. Again, revolution is complete. Everybody say it. Don't be afraid to say it. A revolution is what? Complete constructive change. Now, that was almost everybody. Now, let me hear everybody this time. A revolution is complete constructive change. Some of you sitting there looking at me like an old knot on a log. You scared to even say the words revolution. Your wig is crooked. Your weave is in your eye. Your jerry curl is dripping on the table behind you. You're afraid to say that revolution means complete constructive change. You want to change in Harlem. You want to change in Brooklyn, in the Bronx. You want to change in New Jersey, in Philly, in Los Angeles, in Alabama, in Mississippi, in Nigeria, in Ghana, in South Africa, in the Congo. But before a change can take place in the world, a change must take place in you and in me, black man and black woman. There can be no change in the world until a change takes place in us. You can't be the same old Negro expecting the world to change. Some of you have been to every forum in Harlem, every forum in Brooklyn, every forum in New York City. You've been to every forum. You have every tape in your library, and many of you have every book, and some books that some of the others may not have even heard of. And though you have all of this, we are yet in the same condition. Many of you have not made a commitment. You just come. You just like to be entertained. You just like to leave saying so-and-so sure did rap. Did you hear how he laid it down? Did you read such and such a book? Do you have such and such a tank? You should come to my house and see my wall. I got everything on the wall, but I ain't got a goddamn thing on the wall. This is the condition of the so-called American Negro. The so-called American Negro in the 21st century is a new kind of Negro. He's a Negro and she's a Negro that wears kente cloth. He's a new Negro and she's a new Negro that will wear mud cloth, that will wear cowrie shells, that will celebrate Kwanzaa, that will quote everybody that you can quote. Malcolm said, Fanon said, Garvey said, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, but a new Negro is a Negro that looks for every excuse to integrate with the white man under the sun. You want to march with them. You want to do what they call picnic with them when you don't even know what picnicking really means. You want to learn how to be a socialist with them, how to be a communist with them, how to be a Muslim with them, how to join the faggot federation with them, and be sissies with them, and be queers with them, and be lesbians with them. You want a brotherhood and a sisterhood and an otherhood with white folks any way you can. So many of us have not joined any organization. You're just the event junkies who just come out, and then when it's time to vote, even though you got on all your mud cloth, all of your kente cloth, all of your African clothes, you will see many of you in lines voting for Gore, voting for Bush, in line. Enough Negro stuff. Revolution is the only solution. You were voting for Gore. Some of you Negroes were really hurt that Gore didn't win. Negroes crying crocodile tears, snotting and boogers everywhere, because Gore didn't win. Talking stupid talk. Bush stole the election. He stole the election. Nigga, that should tell you that for a long time the white man wouldn't even let you vote. Now the cracker lets you vote, but won't even count your damn vote. But you still want to be the white man's nigga in the 21st century. Enough Negro stuff. Revolution is the only solution. You need a revolution of your mind. You need a revolution of your heart. You need a revolution of your spirit. Any Negro that can claim to be black can be claimed to be African and get in line and vote for one of two crackers is out of their mind. That's right. One devil is better than another devil. One Satan is better than another Satan. One Lucifer is better than another Lucifer. There's no difference, Malcolm said. And we paraphrase him and bring him right on down to the modern times. There's no difference in Gore and Bush. No difference in the Democratic devil and the Republican devil. They're both devils. Malcolm said there's no difference in the Democrat and the Dixiecrat. There's no difference in the Southern white man and the Northern white man. Except in the South, they'll shoot you 13 times, and in the North, they'll shoot you 41 times. The only difference in the Northern cracker and the Southern cracker is that the Northern cracker speaks with a Northern accent, and the Southern cracker speaks with a Southern drawl. But a cracker is a cracker, is a cracker, is a cracker. Enough Negro stuff. Revolution is the only solution. We need complete constructive change. Negro intellectuals don't want to move the way Dr. J is moving. Negro intellectuals don't want to move the way Dr. Maulana Karenga is moving. Negro intellectuals don't want to move the way Dr. Malefi Asante is moving, or Dr. Wade Noble, or Dr. Patricia Newton, or Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Negro intellectuals still in the hip pocket of the white man. We need a complete, constructive, change. A complete constructive change. Revolution is the only solution. You must arm yourself. Some of you ready to run out of here now. It's too radical for black people to have guns. But when the white man has the National White Rifle Association, nobody calls that radical. But when black people talk about getting guns, that's radical. It's just a club when white folks have guns. It's called a rifle club. It's called a rifle association. Teach, brother, teach. Huh? And some of you got guns. But you got guns for black. You hate black. Oh, yes, you do. You get into an argument, you say, nigga, I'll kill you. Nigga, I'll blow your brains out. Nigga, I'll pour hot water on you. Nigga, I'll dump starch on you. Nigga, I'll pour hot pinto beans on you, nigga. But when the white man comes, you can hear a rat be okay. Negro don't say a word. Your gun won't shoot when the white man comes. But you'll shoot each other. You're a big rapper gangster. You'll kill Biggie Small. You'll risk your own life to get in to blow him away. You'll kill Tupac Shakur on one of the busiest thoroughfares in the world, in Las Vegas, Nevada, where there are lights everywhere and cameras everywhere. You will risk sliding up to the car to kill your brother Tupac Shakur because you claim you're a gangster, but you don't kill four crackers who shot down Brother Amadou Diallo 41 times. Whether I'm suggesting it or not, it's still something that we think about. And if we're not thinking about, it's something that we should at least dream about, if nothing else. No more enough Negro stuff. It's revolution. And revolution is the only solution. Before it's over, you're going to have to fight this crap. That's right. That's right. Negroes from the Congressional Black Caucus voting against Sister Assata Shakur. You even got an old Negro on the Congressional Black Caucus, a Negro named Bobby Rush from Illinois, who used to be a member of the original Black Panther Party. Here's a Negro that used to be a Black Panther, a member of the Congressional Black Caucus. But when House Resolution 254 came on the floor, Bobby Rush, former Black Panther, wouldn't vote for Sister Assata Shakur against the no-good bitch in New Jersey. That's what I call her. The no-good bitch in New Jersey, Christine Whitman. The last time I said that at the memorial of Brother Kwame Ture, do you know I had a group of sisters to come to me and say to me, you should never call any woman a bitch. And they argued with me all evening over calling Christine Whitman a bitch. I didn't call a woman a bitch. I called a dog a dog. I called a bitch a bitch. And if you're a rapper, if you want to call somebody a bitch, then you should call the real bitch a bitch in your rap lyrics and stop calling the black woman out of her name. But you don't have the heart as a rapper to call the white woman a bitch. You don't have the heart as a rapper to call the white woman a hoe. You don't have the heart to talk about blowing the white man's brains out. But you got the heart to talk about it in all of your lyrics. When you're talking about yourself, when you're talking about your own people. Enough Negro stuff. Revolution is the only solution. Revolution is the solution. And revolution is complete constructive change. You ain't got no revolution if you have change. You just have change. You worried now that Jesse got caught. Some Negroes running around crying. It's not even anything we're going to spend a lot of time on. But here's a Negro that when I was doing battle for our people, crushing crackers everywhere. This is a Negro that called the white folks up. He was on just about every television network. He was in just about every newspaper condemning me for revolutionary talk and action and black power ideology against white folks. But now that same Negro sneaking and creeping, that same Negro, now we understand why he defended Clinton against Monica Lewinsky so hard. He's right there in the White House with his woman, not his wife, understanding Clinton and Lewinsky because he had Karen at his side while he's at the White House and left Jackie alone at home. No good, nigga. But these are the boot-licking Negroes that you look up to. That's right. Slick-headed Negroes. That's right. Running around dripping Jerry curl all over the street. Compromising with the Ku Klux Klan. Compromising with the white police department. Compromising with Gore and Clinton and just becoming a Gore whore. This is a shame. Revolution is the solution. When you look at the universe, brothers and sisters, it is light in the universe that leaves the sun and strikes the planets at their imaginary equator, causing them to spin, as with planet Earth, at the terrific speed of 1,037 1/3 miles per hour. It is light striking the planet with its rays of energy that causes the planets to move again, spin and rotate. We can't have a revolution unless we have light. We can't have a revolution unless we study. But evolvement comes through involvement. You can't just read and make no commitment. You can't just watch a tape and make no commitment. You can't just listen to a tape and make no commitment. You can't just come here and make no commitment. You can't just show up in court for support and make no further commitment. You can't just march and make no commitment. This is Harlem, New York. We should have a mass black power movement right now in Harlem, New York that would create waves all over the planet Earth. Where is that mass black movement? The community, the building of a black united front. I'm here tonight to say again, enough Negro stuff. Complete constructive change is the only solution. And I want to take this opportunity before I close to go over with you, thank you, the new Black Panther Party for Self-Defense 10-point program and platform. How many would allow me to share that with you? Let me see it too. The man. All right. We can't read this unless we give credit where credit is due. There would be no 10-point program and platform if there were no Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. There would be no 10-point program and platform if there were no Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And there would be no 10-point program and platform if there were no Bobby Seale and Huey P. Newton. The original Black Panther Party 10-point platform and program came from the aims and objectives of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Right. The original 10-point program and platform of the Black Panther Party came from what the Muslims want and what the Muslims believe from the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And so Bobby and Huey sat down and framed the 10-point program and platform, standing on Garvey's shoulders, standing on Elijah's shoulders. And so today, in the 21st century, we have reached back to all of them, and we have created a 21st century document, the new Black Panther Party 10-point program and platform. What the new Black Panthers want, what the new Black Panthers believe. Number one, we want freedom. We want the power to practice self-determination and to determine the destiny of our community and the black nation. We believe in the spiritual high moral code of our ancestors called Mayat Nguzo Saba, and we believe that black people will not be free until we are able to determine our divine destiny. Mayat, truth, justice, righteousness, harmony, balance, order, and reciprocity. The Nguzo Saba, what is it? And let's do them in Kiswahili. Let's go. The first one is, what is it? Umoja. The second one is Kujichagulia. Kujichagulia. The third one is Ujima. Ujamaa. The next? Ujamaa. We have, it's pronounced Ujamaa. And what's the next one? Nia, Kuumba, and Imani. Unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. The new Black Panther Party is based on Garvey and Elijah, Huey and Bobby, based on Mayat, and based on what? The Nguzo Saba. We believe that our base should not be in Karl Marx. Our base should not be in any Marxist-Leninist ideology. We believe that our base must not be from someone's little red book, but as Dr. J said, it must be, paraphrasing him, based on our own little black book. Point number two. We want full employment for our people, and we demand the dignity to do for ourselves what we have begged the white man to do for us. We believe that since the white man has kept us deaf, dumb, and blind, and used every dirty trick, as COINTELPRO, in the book and others, to stand in the way of our freedom and independence, that we should be gainfully employed until such time that we can employ and provide for ourselves. We believe further in power in the hands of the people, wealth in the hands of the people, and arms in the hands of the people. Point number three, we want tax exemption and an end to the robbery of the black nation by the capitalists. We want an end to the capitalistic domination of Africa in all of its forms: imperialism, criminal settler colonialism, neo-colonialism, racism, sexism, Zionism, apartheid, and artificial borders. We believe that the wicked racist government, this wicked racist government, has robbed us, and now we are demanding the overdue debt of reparations. A form of reparations was promised 100 years ago, 40 acres and a mule, as restitution for the continued genocide of our people, and to, in meaningful measure, repair the damage for the African Holocaust. And we use two Swahili terms, Maafa, which means death or disaster, but it not being strong enough for us, we register the use of Maafa, but we go deeper into Kiswahili to use the term for the African Holocaust, and that term we use is Maangamiso. What is it? Maangamiso. What is it? Maangamiso. And Maangamiso doesn't let the white man off the hook. Maafa means death. Maafa means a disaster. It can be any kind of disaster. It can be any form of death. But when you say Maangamiso in Swahili, You are saying that someone intentionally, willfully, with premeditation and forethought, that their very nature was involved in the murder and the destruction, the complete destruction of another people. So again, we use Ma'afa and we use, what's the other one?
Ayangamiso.
What is it?
Ayangamiso.
Ayangamiso. We believe our people should be exempt from all taxation. Everybody ready for that one?
Oh, yeah.
As long as we are deprived of equal justice under the laws of the land and the overdue reparations debt remains unpaid, we will accept payment in fertile and minerally rich land, precious metals, industry, commerce, and currency. As genocide crimes continue, people's tribunals must be set up to prosecute and to execute. But we don't just want gold for reparations. We don't just want what? Don't just want what? We don't just want silver. We don't want just precious metals. We don't just want some currency, some Benjamins, some paper, some cheese, some cheddar. I know they say cheddar always makes it better. But we don't want to just get some money from the white man. And we don't just want land. Some say land, but settle the debt. Give us the land, give us the money, give us the precious metals, give us the commerce, give us the industry, give it all. But before it's all over, in order for us to be able to repair the damage, there must be an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth, a limb for a limb, and a goddamn life for a life. Reparations means that there must be some blood of our enemies spilled.
Yes,
We must have blood payment. Dr. John Henry Clark said that South Africa was taken from us in blood and can only truly be returned to us in blood. The white man's blood must bathe the earth. That's revolution. You thinking you're going to walk in and close a shower curtain, pull a lever, or puncture a pregnant child, or some other foolishness, and get free. Not only must we have all of this for reparations, but there must be the spilling of the white man, the shedding of the white man's blood. How many agree with that? I'm here to tell you that there's medicine. We're talking about reparations. Reparations means to what? Repair the damage. What does it mean? There must be healing in reparations. Is that right? That is just compensation and restitution. So I'm here to tell you that there is medicine in the murder, and there's healing in the killing. There's healing in the killing, and there's medicine in the murder. When this black man is turned loose, when this black man and black woman's mind is free, and when this black man and black woman, even if it's through our babies or our babies' babies' babies, if we are too afraid to do it today, when that's set loose on the white man, when that's set loose, brothers and sisters, we are talking about a real revolution. We're talking about uprooting and overturning everything that gets in our path. We're talking about killing until we're satisfied. Killing until we're sold. Some of you don't want them coming at you. You want somebody up talking pretty. All kinds of metaphors and quotations and singing a little song in the middle and having a little hymn and strike up the organ, strike up the band, and play the piano. Yeah, if poetry could get us free, we would have been free a long time ago. But we must have more revolutionary poets who will pour revolutionary poetry into the minds and hearts of our people. Rap, revolutionary rap. All of this must be in the minds and hearts of our people.
That's right.
Revolution is the solution. Complete, constructive change. The so-called Jews were given reparations. The Japanese were given reparations. The black, the red, and the brown nations must be given reparations. The American white man owes us reparations. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
England owes us reparations. France owes us reparations. Belgium owes us. Europe et al. Owe us reparations. The Arabs owe us reparations. The so-called Jews owe us reparations. All who have taken part in the African Holocaust and the slaughter of 600 million of our people over the past 6,000 years in general and 400 years in specific, we feel that this is a reasonable and just demand that we make at this time in history. How many believe it is an unreasonable demand? Let's talk about it a minute. Is there anyone who believes it's an unreasonable demand? Point number 4. We want decent housing fit for shelter of human beings, free health care, preventive and maintenance. We want an end to the trafficking of drugs and to the biological and chemical warfare targeted at our people. We believe that since the white landlords will not give decent housing and quality health care to the black community, then the housing, the land, the social, political, and economic institutions should be made into independent Ujamaa New African communal cooperatives so that our community with government reparations and aid until we can do for ourselves can build and make drug-free, decent housing with health facilities for its people. How many agree with that? Let me see your hands.
That's right.
Point number 5 of the new Black Panther Party for Self-Defense 10-point platform and program. We want education for our people that exposes the true nature of this devilish and decadent American society. We want education that teaches us our true history and herstory and our role in the present-day society. We believe in an educational system that will give to our people a knowledge of self. If we do not have knowledge of self and our position in society and the world, then we have little chance to properly relate to anything else. How many agree with that? Let me see your hand. Point number 6. We want all black men and black women to be exempt from military service. How many agree with that? We believe that black people should not be forced to fight in the military service to defend a racist government that holds us captive and does not protect us. We will not fight and kill other people of color in the world who, like black people, are being victimized by the white racist government of America. We will protect ourselves from the force and violence of the racist police and the racist military by any means necessary. How many agree with that? Let me see your hand. Point number 7. We want an immediate end to police harassment. How many agree? Police brutality. How many agree? And the murder of black people. How many agree? We want an end to black-on-black violence. How many agree? Snitching. How many agree? Cooperating and collaborating with the oppressor. How many agree? There must come a time when we kill every goddamn snitch that bears their pants. And that time should be now. That's what they're telling me on the streets. I'm just quoting them. It goes on to say, we believe that we can end police brutality in our community by organizing black self-defense groups, black people's militias, black liberation armies that are dedicated to defending our black community from racist, fascist police, military oppression, and brutality. How many agree?
Yeah.
The Second Amendment of white America's Constitution. The Second Amendment of what?
White American Constitution.
Whose Constitution?
White American.
Whose?
White American.
Some of you don't want to say that. Hell, it's not your
White
Constitution. It's not our Constitution. It's a racist, sexist document.
That's right.
It was never intended for you. Never intended for me.
No, sir.
The Second Amendment of white America's Constitution
That's right.
gives a right to bear arms. We furthermore therefore believe that all black people, how many? All black people should unite and form an African United Front
Yes,
and arm themselves for self-defense.
That's right.
How many agree?
Right. Oh, yeah.
How many scared to raise your hand? Point number 8. We want an immediate end to the death penalty. We want what?
Him to death.
And we want freedom for all black men and black women held in international, military, federal, state, county, city, jails, and prisons. How many agree?
Yeah.
We believe that black people and people of color should be released from the many jails and prisons because they have not received a fair and impartial trial. And America is not qualified to judge.
That's right.
Point number 9. We want all black people when brought to trial to be tried in a court by a jury of their peer group. How many agree?
Yeah.
Or people from their black communities as defined by white law of the Constitution of the United States. We believe that the courts should follow their own law if their nature will allow, as stated in their Constitution of the United States, so that black people will receive fair trials. The 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution gives a man or a woman a right to be tried by their peer group. A peer is a person from a similar economic, social, religious, geographical, environmental, historical, and racial background. To do this, the court will be forced to select a jury from the black community from which the black defendant came. We have been and are being tried by all white juries or people of color with white minds on those juries that have no understanding of the average reasoning person of the black community. Point number 10. You ready for that one?
Yes, sir.
Point number 10. We want land, bread, housing, education, clothing, justice, and peace. How many for that? We want land, bread, housing, education, clothing, justice, and peace. And as a political objective, we want national liberation in a separate state or territory of our own, here or elsewhere. How many want that? Some of y'all scared to raise your hand here. You scared he might ship us out this evening? You scared the Peckerwood might walk in here right now and say, all right, niggas, all you niggas sitting in there with all that African stuff on, listening to that shiny, bald-headed nigga up there. All right, niggas, just give me back everything and hit it belong to me, nigga. Everything. Give me my clothes, nigga. Here we are sitting in here looking at each other buck naked. Sitting here buck naked. Say, give me the shoes, nigga. We sitting in here buck naked, barefoot, looking at each other. Give me the microphone, nigga. And the microphone jumps right out of my hand. Give me my tables, niggas. Give me my chairs, nigga. Now we all standing up, buck naked, barefoot, no microphone. Give me the lights, nigga. These are my lights. Here we are standing up, buck naked, barefooted, no mic, no chair, no table, in the dark. He said, all right, nigga, give me the grease out of your head, nigga. Here we are, standing here, and lost the grease from our head. All right, nigga, give me my ditches. Are you there? Yeah, you got your damn. He said, nigga, give me the building. Here we are now, standing up, butt naked, no shoes, no chair, no table, no mic, no lights. The floor right out from under us, the building right out from behind us, and all around us, and here we are, outdoors, buck naked in the dark. He said, all right, niggas, give me back. You talking all that talk. All right, buddy, give me back, niggas. Give me back everything that belongs to me. Nigga, I've taken over Harlem. Nigga, get off the ground, nigga. Here we are, jumping up and down, outdoors, in the dark, butt naked, barefoot, no place to sit, no table, no light, no mic, no building, no floor. He said, all right, nigga, you crazy niggas, you dedicated niggas, you jumping up and down, butt naked and barefoot. I took the mic from you niggas, I took everything from you niggas, but you still listening to that nigga. All right, niggas, give me my language back. Now the nigga standing up in front of you can't even talk to you no more. Here you are thinking, all right, niggas, you thinking in English, give me back my thoughts out of your head. Here you are, blank-headed nigga, can't listen no more. Buck naked, barefooted, in the dark, no building, no floor, no chair, no table, cold as hell. And the crackers say, all right, nigga, I got air rights.
Stop breathing.
I got air rights. You niggas can't breathe my ass. You niggas can't be in my ass space. Brothers and sisters, we need a separate state or territory of our own.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can buy land, and we must buy land so that we can practice nation building.
Yes, sir.
Buy land so we can practice nation building. But when we buy land, understand that the deed that we have in our hand that we got from the white man, if you read in the fine print at the bottom, it says the United States government maintains the right of eminent domain, which means that the property cost $100,000. But you wanted to make sure you owned it. You gave the cracker $200,000 just to make sure you owned it. But it says at the bottom of the deed, the United States government maintains the right of eminent domain. So you fail to pay all of them higher real estate taxes, and the white man come in, even though the property only, the land only cost $100,000, you paid $200,000 for it. The cracker can still take it, can't he?
Yes,
Can he still take it?
yes.
What about the popular vote and the electoral college vote? Did George Bush win the popular vote?
No, sir.
Did not.
Who won the popular vote?
The people.
Gore, right? Gore won the popular vote. But even though Gore won the popular vote, Bush won the what? Electoral college vote. Hey, I'm not into that. You take your electoral college. You take your goddamn popular vote. We in the New Black Panther Party believe that the vote should be a revolutionary weapon. That the vote should be a cocked hammer. And we only use it on certain issues at certain times for certain candidates. But stop being the white man's nigger, getting in line to vote every time there's a damn election. It should be a revolutionary weapon. Based on the cocked hammer principle. Let me read on. We want land, bread, housing, education, clothing, justice, and peace. And as our political objective, we want national liberation in a separate state or territory of our own, here or elsewhere. A liberated zone, New Africa or Africa. And a plebiscite, or what?
A plebiscite.
A vote. A vote. A what?
A vote.
A vote. A plebiscite to be held throughout the black nation, in which only we will be allowed to participate for the purposes of determining our will and divine destiny as a people. Free the land, up you mighty nation, you can accomplish what you will, black power. We believe that the black man must focus on all of these 10 points and this program, this platform. And we close with these words. We believe that the white man has proven to be absolutely disagreeable to get along with in peace.
That's right.
How many disagree with that?
No.
That the white man has proven to be absolutely disagreeable to get along with in peace. No one has been able to get along with the white man. All the peoples of color have been subjected to the white man's wrath. We believe that his very nature will not allow him to practice true sharing, fairness, equity, and justice. Therefore, to the red man and woman, to the yellow, and to the brown, we say to you, the same rabid dog that bit you, bit us too. Black power, all power to the people. Let me cover a couple of points and then we'll open up for the question and answer period. You say Khalid Muhammad has no program. You say Khalid Muhammad has no platform. That is the 10-point program and platform of the new Black Panther Party for self-defense. It flowed from my heart as I studied Huey and Bobby, as I studied the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, as I studied the aims and objectives of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. That's the 10-point program and platform. That's the ideology. That's the doctrine. That's the philosophy. You say, why did you want to restart the new Black Panther Party? Why did you want to start the Panther Party all over again? Because I believe there's a need for the Black Panther Party. What is your position on the original? I see Brother Thutmose is here. Let's all stand, please. Give him a strong black hand. My esteemed elders and hard workers along with Brother Herbert Ferguson in the community. Yes. Brother Thutmose. On the original Black Panther Party, or some of you call them the old Black Panther Party. We don't refer to them as the old Black Panther Party. We refer to them as the original Black Panther Party. We stand on the shoulders of the original Black Panther Party. What is your position on them? We love them. We can't get caught up in the madness of the entanglements of the disputes that existed at that time, whether we're out of the Huey School, the Bobby School, the Elridge School, the Elaine Brown School, this school or that school or another school. We can't get involved in that. We honor them for the rich legacy that they left. But the new Black Panther Party must be based on Afrocentricity. The new Black Panther Party must have Africa at the core, Africa at the center of whatever we do. The new Black Panther Party must have African spiritualism. We must believe in the God of our forefathers and the God of our foremothers. We cannot have a revolutionary Pan-African black nationalist movement and not believe in God, not believe in the God of our ancestors, that's right. Not believe in African spiritualism. That's right. So the new Black Panther Party has African spiritualism and the African God concept right. At its very core, at its very center. Yes. Are you with me? Yes, sir. We are revolutionary Pan-African nationalists. Yes, sir. You say, well, how are you going to be both? I said, how in the hell are you going to exist and don't be both? All right, that's right. You can't be one and not be the other if you're going to have complete constructive change. If you're going to have, excuse me, a revolution, you must be both. We are revolutionary Pan-African black nationalists. Yes. We believe in the total unification and liberation of Africa and all African people wherever we are on the face of the planet Earth. We are revolutionary Pan-Africanists. But we are also black nationalists. because we want some of this land that we can call our home, some of this earth that we can call our own. And we believe that the first African that we must free is the African that's right here with us. That's the first African we got to free. It's this African that I'm looking at and the African that you're looking at. We got to free this African. Because this African right here is in the most strategic place in the world. This African here is right here where the head of the snake is. And if this African will cut the head of the snake off, then the rest of the Africans around the world can breathe a lot freer than they are. Because once this African, us, cuts the head of the snake off, the red, white, and blue stars and stripes forever snake, the United States of America, when we cut that head off, it loosens its grip on Africa, the Caribbean, and the rest of the world. So we are the most strategically placed African in the world because the American white man is the #1 enemy of the world. And we know this cracker better than anybody else knows it anywhere on the face of the planet Earth. Am I lying to you? We must work on nationalism, our sense of nationhood. We must work on statehood, statecraft. All of these are terms that we must become familiar with in all of their nuances and differences. We are revolutionary Pan-African, revolutionary Pan-African nationalists. Are there any questions on that? We are separatists. As our 10-point platform says, we believe in a separate state or territory of our own. We do not believe we are Americans. We do not believe that we have ever been Americans. And we do not believe that we ever will be Americans. I see Sister Asantewa Nzinga in our audience, who was fighting to train and teach our baby in the public school system of New York and was fired because she taught our baby that they are not Americans, that they are Africans, that they are the original black people of the planet Earth, and a fat Negro woman principal, an Aunt Jemima Grits head rag wearing woman fired her because some crackers at the school, some imposter white Jew who just crawled out of the caves and hills of Europe just a few days ago, wanted to teach the babies that they were thugs and hustlers and low down and no good and have them playing all kinds of roles and stuff. And she said, no, babies, you cannot do that. You come from a rich legacy, a rich history. You are not Americans. You are Africans, and you never will be Americans. Give her a strong black hand. Some of you have lost your mind. I'm a separatist. God damn it, let me say it again. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a separatist, fool.
That's right.
I'm saying, straight up separatist. I'm a separatist is what I'm saying. I'm trying to speak everybody's language. I'm a separatist. I believe in separation and independence. I don't believe in crawling around, laying around, begging my enemy to give me, let me have, can you spare? I don't believe in going to my enemy, trying to borrow from my enemy's history on credit. Just don't believe it. Separation is the only solution.
That's right.
For freedom and independence.
That's right.
Did America integrate with England?
No, sir.
Did America integrate with the British Empire?
No, sir.
Did the 13 colonies that started here integrate with King George in England?
No, sir.
They did what?
Separate.
They did what?
Separate.
Say it. They did what?
Separate.
God damn it, they separated from them. Separation, now that 13 scrawny colonies is more powerful than the British Empire.
That's right.
Has grown into 50 powerful, wicked, evil states. Is that right?
That's right.
separation. I'm a separatist. We of the new Black Panther Party for self-defense, we make no apology that we are separatists. That's it. You want us to explain John Brown, one cracker from history. Modern day, you want us to explain Marilyn Buck. Is that her name? Huh? Marilyn Buck. One from today. We believe that we should give credit wherever credit is due. If John Brown helped black people to kill some white folks before he got killed, then John Brown did some good. But that doesn't make John Brown good.
That's right.
You can do good and not be good. A dope dealer can be killing babies all in the community by selling them dope. Is that right? But that same goddamn dope dealer might be giving turkeys out, might be giving bread and giving all kinds of food out to the community, might be paying some of the elders light bill, water bill, gas bill, utility bill, might have even bought a van to take them back and forth to the store. That means that that killer of our babies who is selling dope in the community is doing some good. Is that right? That's good, isn't it? The things I mentioned. But that doesn't make the drug dealer good, because the drug dealer does some good. John Brown did good. But John Brown is not good. That doesn't stop John Brown from being the devil. He's a devil who rose up against his own. And we give him credit where credit is due. Marilyn Buck, they claim, they say, was responsible for helping in the escape of our great revolutionary sister, Assata Shakur. If Marilyn Buck indeed was responsible and worked and helped, then Marilyn Buck should receive what? Credit for the good that she has done. But she bears the weight of all of her people on her life.
That's right.
And it is only what she should do.
That's right.
And Patty Hearst and many others, when they had those flashes of guilt and doing some good, Jane Fonda, who was an equal opportunity whore.
That's right.
Everybody got some.
That's right.
In every movie. They all did some good. But that doesn't make me change my position on them because they do some good. Don't be confused. The new Black Panther Party for self-defense stands on separation and independence, revolutionary Pan-African black nationalism. That's where we stand. Some of you are afraid to even work with us. I got to talk to you because some of you are here.
That's right.
You got organizations and
That's right.
you know that I toe the line. I don't deviate to the left nor to the right. I don't give a damn who changes. You know I don't change.
Right.
You know that even those that I love and admire and look up to and respect do questionable things and seem to change and actually change and look like they're integrationists and probably are turning into integrationists. But I toe the line. And you know that I also come with righteous revolutionary principles. And if I don't, then goddammit, call me on it. Don't sit around claiming you got this kind of revolutionary organization and you got that kind of revolutionary organization and another kind of revolutionary organization, but Khalid is never invited to your meetings. You have your big reparations conferences. Khalid ain't invited because Khalid gonna come and talk about killing some white folks. He gonna talk about there's healing in the killing and there's medicine in the murder. So you don't want that there. You want to talk academically about reparations. Well, reparations. We must repair the damage. And we want the white man to pay us X number. We've been calculating this over a period of time. And we believe that it's an exodus of so many trillion dollars, millions and billions of dollars. But you don't want to say that once you get the money, the land, the metals, and all of that, that some crackers got to die if your great-great-grandma and great-great-grandpa's soul is to be satisfied in his grave. You don't want that in your family. You don't want that thing. Or Khalid offends your white folks that you invite to your meeting. Many of you revolutionaries can't even crack without a cracker being there to wipe your behind. And you go in your meeting and you just skinny and gritty. Oh. Bobby, Susie, Ronnie, Johnny. But so you don't want Khalid to come because he'll embarrass you. He will hurt your white folks' feelings. But what does he say wrong? Call him on it. But you lift up Malcolm's name. You lift up Garvey's name. You lift up the names of those that you say are key in the revolution. But you choose, pick and choose. You don't always embrace Old Testament, Malcolm. I'm with Old Testament.
That's right.
I'm not with New Testament, Malcolm. I'm with Old Testament.
That's right.
I'm with Old Testament Farrakhan.
That's right.
I'm not with New Testament Farrakhan.
No, sir.
I'm with Old Testament Farrakhan. And God damn it, I got the heart and the nerve to say that I'm with Old Testament Malcolm and Farrakhan and not New Testament Malcolm and Farrakhan. But you lump them together. You lump them together. Why don't you ever invite me? Why? We have our social so such and we have representatives from this and this and this. We were thinking about including you. Why you gotta think so goddamn hard? The most uncompromising one among you. And you have to think about whether you can invite me. To hell with you. I go on working. I don't wait for you. We've been thinking about it and discussing whether we should invite Khalid. But you call Malcolm's name. That's hagiography. Where you call on the name of the saints. You call on the name of the greats. Malcolm said. Mao said. Come on, brothers and sisters, let's get real. Complete constructive change. Enough Negro stuff. Revolution is the solution. Even if you have these sets, don't you at least want the radical view among you?
All right.
And if you consider yourself radical, don't you want to hear a more radical view? Don't you want that in your circle? If you don't, what in the hell is wrong with you? How can you be with this Negro and that Negro and a Negro who sold us out over here, a Negro who's tiptoeing over there, a Negro who's buck dancing over there? But you bypass comment. Oh, you got all kind of big criticism. Like the Million Youth March 98, that was irresponsible. Shut up, fool. That was the most responsible thing that could be done. The most responsible thing that could be done. I would have been irresponsible if I saw them damn crackers lining up with all their riot gear and all their horses and all of the everything that they had, and I told our babies and I told our elders and I told our people, let's bow our heads now and sing. We shall hell no. Or tell them, let's just go. They don't want us here no more in Harlem. Right here in our community, let's just leave. They look like they've been attackers. They look like they might shoot us down. They just did, look what they just did to Brother Louima. Let us go. Hell no. That's why your children don't follow you.
That's right.
That's why your children turn against you. We don't give a damn what movement you're in. Because they see you as weak-hearted, chicken-hearted.
That's right.
No, I told them, stand your goddamn.
That's right.
Disconnect the barricade where you are right now. If they attack you, beat the hell out of them with the barricade. I said they got 1 gun, 2 guns, 3 guns. Take their guns from them. Hell, they come to kill you. You don't want me to tell our people to defend themselves? You see a brute beast coming to shoot you 41 times, 2 or 3 or 4 or 400 or a few thousand of them. And you don't want me to say when they attack in that crowd and they're wrestling, that they're wrestling with somebody up here, and you go in the crowd and strip them of their weapon in self-defense and kill them before they can kill you. What in the hell is irresponsible about that? What is irresponsible about that? It's irresponsible about it. He said that's irresponsible. And you left. When the damn paper came out with a picture that damn big with me right in the middle of the goddamn police. In the middle of the street.
That's right.
But you bought into all of that. Your Negro politician, old Charlie Rankin, who double-crossed Adam Clayton Powell and ended up in the seat that he's in today because he double-crossed Adam Clayton Powell, who Dr. John Henry Clark said was the best politician that we've ever sent to Washington, D.C. And who the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said was the best politician that we've ever sent to Washington, D.C. He wrote in his own words, Adam Clayton Powell, he called himself the baddest nigger in Congress. Yes, he did. But you followed these Negroes. Some of y'all joined in with Giuliani. All of them joined in. The Negro politicians flipped over. We won't have the Million Youth March in Harlem this year. They have now desecrated that sacred ground on Malcolm X Boulevard. And the barricades and all. Many of you will never stand in that spot for a major rally where it's barricaded and the police come out like that again. You're just not going to ever get back out in the streets like that. And the devil this year, last year, used a different strategy. He said, give them the permit quickly. Don't contest it. Don't fight it. Give it to them quickly. And don't mention a word in the media at all. Don't let none of the niggas know when it's going to be. That was his words. I don't call us that. This year, the Million Youth March will be in Detroit, Michigan. It's going to be in Detroit. We're going to move throughout the country. We're building a mass movement. We're working on mass mobilization. And after mass mobilization comes mass organization. Out of these Million Youth Marches have now come 31 chapters of the new Black Panther Party for self-defense. 31 chapters out of these Million Youth Marches. Those are some of the key things. Why aren't you in New York more? I'm all over. I'm in Atlanta. I'm in each one of these cities, D.C. We're now working in Alabama, Mississippi. We just left Texas. Went to several cities. Brother and I, National Assistant, Brother Hashim Nzinga, he was with me when the assassination attempt came. When I got shot, he was hit too. Stayed in the room with me the whole time I was in the hospital while my heart stopped beating on the operating table. He was there with his pistol, slept in the chair, and stayed in the hospital, never left all during that time. We went all through Texas, organizing in Texas. Now we're just hitting the highway. We're building a mass black power movement. That's what must be done. Are there any questions before we close out? Yes, sir. You have a question.
Yeah. What about the Africans from Africa? Are they going to get any reparation too, or are they part of the movement?
Explain the last part of it. Or are they a part of the movement?
African from Africa, like the Senegalese we see on 125th Street, etc. Are they part of the movement? Are they part of what's happening? Are they going to get
all of the black world? Africans everywhere deserve and must have reparations, but the white man may not give any of us reparations. We may have to take what belongs to us. You sit around forever in inactivity waiting for some reparations. You may have to take it. Everybody else has received reparations. It should be clear to you that the white man does not have those good intentions. They say Bush is talking about it now, that they're talking about reparations with Bush. When you see these devils doing this, it's not a change of heart. You see how close the white vote is. So these crackers are vying for votes. They can't depend on just white vote. The white vote is too evenly split. So all of them have to have their share of Negroes, their share of the black, the brown, the red, and the yellow voting for them. So Bush, first thing, he appoints a Negro as his Secretary of State. I think that's the highest Negro in the history of America, isn't it? A Negro Secretary of State. And that's all that boy is a Negro. He ain't gonna never be no more than a Negro. I'm talking about Colin Powell. Condoleezza Rice. Now you know it. You can't trust a nigga named Rice. That's his nigga. But he's doing that to attract the black vote. That's all Gore was doing. Gore is planning on doing it again, running again. Hillary is waiting in the wings, trying to build her portfolio, develop her repertoire. She wants to be the first white woman president in the history of the world. You watch what I tell you, that's what she's planning to do, whether she wins or not. And you can't get caught up in this cracker devil politics every time they come with all of their power plays and tricks. So Africans around the world must get reparations. And they must at least make the demand for reparations because it is a just demand. But beyond that, Africa too must do something for her sons and daughters here in the diaspora, in the Western world. Oh yes, some of you don't like that. You say Africa don't owe us nothing. Oh hell yes they do. Some continental Africans brag about the slave trade. Some of them say, oh my father and my great-grandfather was in the slave business. I mean, they're pompous Negroes. And they walk you out and show you everything that they have. Like they little white women or little white men. Showing you how they acquired it generation after generation because we were in the slave business. What about the richest continent in the world being Africa? That's right. We are owed not only reparations, but repatriation. Yes. Here we've been begging continental Africa for another passport. Some foolishness about, dual citizenship, which is a joke. But it's hard to even get a passport. You show up in Nigeria and don't have a visa. And we come in with all our African clothes on and African hair. We just as happy to be home in Africa. And we show up at the airport and some people who look just like us put us back on the plane and tell us you don't have a visa. When the visa system was started by the white man. Oh yes it was. We'll talk about it at another point. Started by the white man. White folks can go to Europe, they don't need a pass. They don't need a visa. They can go from one white country to another without a visa. We are the Africans we are members of the African family of the world. Why can't we go to Africa without a visa? Why do these Negro leaders in these African nations, continental African nations, turn down we, the diaspora Africans who come home? So yes, brother, all must get reparations, but they owe us reparations and repatriation as well. I know that's controversial, but I had to put it out there. It just gave me a note that while we take questions before anybody else moves, that while we take questions, that they wanted some help with this event and what they call here, which I appreciate. I did not charge to come here. We didn't make any contract, any agreement that I receive a love offering to continue our work. In the year 2000, we fed over 3,500 to 4,000 of our people in various cities across the country. We set up free winter coat drives and shoe drives, free food drives, feeding our people, clothing our people. And we want to launch even greater programs in 2001 in 2001 as we did in 2000. And as I said earlier, we want to move from city to city and state to state. And we also want to be able to keep the lights on and keep everything going, because as I say to you all the time, ain't no cracker gonna hire me.
That's right.
And what in the hell would I look like going and sitting down in front of a cracker, asking the cracker for a job? Mr. White Man, Mr. Devil, Dr. Devil, will you give me a job, Dr. Devil? He said, nigga, you crazy. You think I'm gonna fight you and feed you too, nigga? I'm not gonna fight you and feed you, nigga. Get out of here. Your own people won't help you? So we want to we want to raise some money here tonight. Is there anyone here that will give $100 or $200 or $300 or more dollars? Is there anyone here who will give $100? Let's stop right there. Anyone? We're going to stop for a minute. We're going to get some $100. We have to do it in unity. Is that your hand? Or you have to be careful.
Communications.
You have to be used. This is like being in an auction. You try to raise your hand and you bought a Bibbs or a Barnes or a Honeywood or a Keisha. You got to have African references. You understand?
Yes, sir.
It's an irresponsible Negro that would get up here and say you flew out and you bought a Rembrandt or a Picasso. No, you got to say Bibbs or Barnes or Honeywood or Keisha or Carlos. You got to, you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
African frames of reference. Yes. Is there anyone who will donate $100 or who will donate $50? Let me see your hand. Hold your hand. I'm going to wait a minute. Somebody's going to do it. Is there anybody here who will put together with someone else and raise and do 100 together? 100. Who will give at least 100 before we move to everybody going to have a chance to give? But we're going to stay with the hundreds for a minute. Who will give $100? Is there a vendor that will give 100? Is there someone in the audience that will give 100? Who will give 50? Is there anyone who will give 50?
I get together with somebody.
Well, get together with them, black man.
Whoever, get together. Not over here.
Good God from Zion. Man, pull out a... That's the way you look when you do for... Listen, what's your name, black man? What's your name, sir? Brother Eric? Brother Eric! $20. There's 3 questions. Okay, we're going to have to stop for 3 questions. Are there any 10 who will give 10? And when they're giving a better hand than that. Sister Carolyn, $20. Give Sister Carolyn a hand. Everybody that's giving $1 or some change, give them a strong blessing. Now, we get these last 3 questions, and we're out. In any change, we thank you for whatever you have contributed to help us in this work, and whatever you have given that will help in the liberation struggle of our people and supporting a strong, radical, revolutionary message.
That's right.
And movement.
That's right.
At the close of the meeting, to exchange information. Now, I've done this with some of you over and over again, but I'll do it again and again. I'll do it again. Damn list, your name gonna be on. Before you do something, you must be on every list around. You know what I'm saying? But that's all right. We'll sit with you again. So everyone who's interested in building the Black Power movement and the New Black Panther Party for self-defense movement and building strong chapters here and throughout the country, please meet with us here at this table at the end. My brother who had the question right here.
I suppose to be on myself the way you appear, very powerful. He's just quick break the war.
That's no excuse. It's understood that the white man has tanks and helicopters. He's very armed and all of that. The Vietnamese didn't have everything that the white man had.
That's right.
But the French went into Vietnam. The French white man, it was defeated. The British white man went into Vietnam and was defeated. The American white man went into Vietnam and was defeated. Look, we don't have to be equally armed, matched with the white man, arm for arm. Amilcar Cabral, in talking about warfare, revolutionary warfare on the continent of home, on the continent of Africa, he talked about the Portuguese in Guinea-Bissau, and how when they came in, they had all of these great arms and they had everything that you just mentioned. He said, and we don't have that. He said, but we have the will of the people and the spirit of the people to be free. You know, many of our people, brother didn't say it, but many of our people come to me all the time. They say, oh, no, now you're not with the Nation of Islam. Don't tell that lie. I'm still with the Nation of Islam. I may not be in the mosque, but I'm with the Nation of Islam. And I stand on the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and there's almost never a time that I stand before any audience and I don't give my spiritual father, Minister Louis Farrakhan, credit for what I am and what I am becoming. For who I am and what I am becoming. But there are many who come to me now and say, well, we can't beat the white man. If we got a gun, the white man got a bigger gun. Shut up, fool. It's economics. We got to go with economics. Well, if we got a dollar, the white man got a bigger dollar. He prints the dollars, huh? His picture's on the dollars, right? He has U.S. printing and engraving, is that right? He has Federal Reserve, is that right? Is that right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Some say it's education. We have to beat the white man in education. Well, if we got a book, the white man got a bigger book. He got the printing presses, right? He has all the major libraries, right? We must have proper education. We must have revolutionary liberation literature. We must have economics. We must have all of that. But whatever you claim the white man having more, whatever you claim is the best solution, instead of also defending ourselves, I can show you where the white man has more of it right now than we do. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Economics, politics, the gun, all of that. But there's no reason to have an excuse to lay down and don't want to fight. I mean, that's like making an excuse. We can't fight the white man. God damn it, you better fight it. You better fight it.
That's right.
We're talking about self-defense here, brother. We're not talking about all of us going to get some rusty 22 and jumping out in the middle of the streets or getting up on top of the projects, shooting a BB gun at the white man. We're not talking about that. Right now, all we are talking about is what? Self-defense. Is there anything wrong with self-defense?
No, sir.
Sir? Malcolm talked about guerrilla warfare.
That's right.
Huh? And talked about the tactics that make a guerrilla set up the playing field so that it's even Steven.
That's right.
Did he talk about that? Even Steven, Malcolm talked about. So many of the wars that the white man has lost, he had outgunned whoever it was that he was fighting against, but they were still able to defeat him. So, you know, let's don't act like our situation is such a hopeless situation.
Exactly.
There's nothing we can do. Oh, woe is me.
Ain't been done.
We just gonna take whatever the white man dishes out. We just gonna pull our pants down, bend over, and give evil an open.
Exactly.
It makes no sense. Makes no sense. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, brethren, do you believe that this is your first incarnation on the planet?
I don't believe that.
Okay, do you believe that you have been incarnated every time as an African?
I am not sure.
Okay, I just want to know what's in your head. I'm curious.
Right, but I do not believe this is the first time.
You believe in UFOs, though, right? You believe in UFOs, right?
What do you mean UFO?
I mean, like our ancestral gods.
How you mean?
I mean, in other words, when people say they see the sight of UFO and stuff like that, you believe they exist, right?
I'm not sure, but why are you asking?
Well, I'm just asking you, conversation's sake, you know.
You know, if there are unidentified flying objects, and if there are some beings out in space, if there are, let me finish. If there are some out there, well, all praise is due to Allah. But we still got to do what we got to do here.
That's right.
I'm not going to sit around and wait for some spaceship to come and get me. I'm not going to sit around on the porch rocking in a rocking chair singing, "Oh, swing down low, sweet chariot coming for to carry me home." No. We don't want to. We want to have a spiritual base. Yes, I do believe. But we want to have a spiritual base, but we don't want to just go crazy. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
Just so spiritual, we always have an out-of-body experiences. My behind is behind bars, but my mind is on Mars. No, your ass is locked down. You know what I'm saying? And don't care if you do go to Mars, your mind is going to have to revisit your behind sooner or later, behind bars. So I'm just saying, keep it balanced. You know, don't depend too much on the material and the physical that you don't understand the power in the spiritual. And don't depend too much heavily on the power of the spiritual that you forget how the spiritual acts and works on the physical and the material. It's called balance. It's called Maya.
That's right. How you doing, Brother Muhammad? My name is Obafemi, and I just want to say for me personally...
People like you?
No, the name is Cedric.
All right.
My father named me.
Yes.
His name is Oba. Not Obalewa, but they're friends, my father. Okay, I just speak for myself. In many ways, I feel that I personally have been, throughout my 31 plus years, 31 and a half years on this planet, this place, that I've been a victim, me personally, a victim of poison thinking, poison actions of my own. I mean, I can blame people around me in society, but I ultimately am responsible. At least I believe I'm responsible for how I turn out. I think it's good to hold people who we feel, or people who are certainly oppressors, accountable, as well as those who are used to being oppressed, accountable. All right, do you think that separatism, and I'm going to coin a new phrase, demandism, is just a means to an end?
I don't understand.
What I mean by that, do you think it's like, if the end result, if you believe that if God is one, do you believe that we can't come together, and I don't think that we will in this creation come together, not as a people, yes, but as all the nations together singing "We Are the World"? I don't believe that. Okay. I question, do you think the fact that one race or one people can't get along with another people is just a means in God's eternal plan to somehow weed out those and bring this kingdom under one command?
I believe as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. I believe that the black man and black woman ruled in the beginning. And I believe that the black man and woman will rule again and be returned to the pinnacle of civilization and power. I believe that with all of my heart and all of my mind and all of my soul and all of my being. I don't have some dream of some mixed up, fixed up, hodgepodge humanity coming together in some kind of melting pot. I don't want to be lost in a melting pot. I want to maintain my own racial, national, universal, cultural, spiritual integrity and distinction as a people.
I believe that ultimately we have to be honest with ourselves, and God is pleased, I believe, with someone that's truly honest with who they are. Truly, excuse me, who said that? I believe God is pleased when we're honest with whoever we are. We find out who we are.
I think God is disappointed in black people and he's disappointed in white people. But I believe that God is disappointed in black people for different reasons that he's disappointed in white folks. He's disappointed in us. If you want to use that kind of terminology, I wouldn't use that kind of terminology. But if you want to use the terminology of God is satisfied or dissatisfied, disappointed or not, he's disappointed in us because we will not stand up and accept our divine rendezvous with destiny as the cornerstone for the kingdom of heaven that is to be established not in the sky, but here on this earth. Right? A kingdom of morality and righteousness that is to be established of, by, and for black people. I can work with the brown man and woman. I can work with the red man and woman, the yellow man and woman. Anyone who works around me knows that I give brown, red, and yellow the utmost respect as long as they're respecting us. I call the Chicano, the brother and sister from Mexico, Puerto Rico, or Dominican Republic. I call them brother and sister. I feel their family. You know, but I feel that we are number one, and we must work on ourselves first. I don't call the white man brother. I don't call the white man sister. I couldn't have been caught dead at a Million Family March with all races and all colors, crackers running all over the stage, eating all over the stage, blaspheming the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. That the white man is the devil. I believe that the white man and white woman, I believe that they are the devil. Period. I believe that, brother, with all of my being. That is my religion. That is my catechism. I mean, that's the way I talk. Every day. I said, how much does the devil want for that? How much does the devil charge you for this? I said, this devil is crazy. How can this devil do this? And sometimes I say to them, are you out of your mind, devil? I say, now, oh, I'm with somebody, and I'll say, now this devil is crazy. Tell the devil, aren't you crazy? Or I'll say, tell them that you are the devil. You cannot deny that your people are the devil, and that you are the devil. And the devil will break down and say, that's right. No, I'm not lying. I couldn't stand here and lie with these people standing here. They couldn't follow me and be under my leadership. And they say, he just stands up and lies. That's right. They know what I'm saying is the truth. So I don't believe that all of the races will ever live together in harmony. America is the only place where this melting pot has been tried to this degree. Only the white man of America. That's so he can exploit everybody. True. And as long as he's on top, he'll work with everybody. As long as he's the boss. But if you challenge him for the leadership, you got a problem. Or if you want what he wants, you got a problem with him. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say, Brother Khalid, I love you so much. And I thank the Most High for having a black man like you this time. Because, and I pray we need to see more black men standing like how you stand. And I will live on. I give you my inspiration of my purpose of my life. Thank you so much. And keep the great strength to walk alive. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Understand that we only raised, what, $363? We're going to at least make this $500. How much do we need to make it $500? Well, it's lost.
Sir, I just left Co-op City. We're having a big event on the World Conference on Racism.
Yes, Dr. J was just telling us.
Yes, along with people on the African continent who just passed a resolution in Dakar, Senegal, along with Africans in the so-called Americas, who just passed the same resolution in Santiago, Chile, that the transatlantic enslavement of Africans was a crime against humanity, and to demand reparations, due just reparations. And I just want to invite the New Black Panther Party for Self-Defense to join us in that work to popularize this youth conference on racism, and to also send either yourself or a representative to join us in that monumental work.
You got to make sure you get brothers a little bit of information before we leave tonight. So we can give them. Thank you, sir. Utmost said raise. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the question is, now, you see, the way you talk have frightening quite a lot of people.
Okay.
All right, according to what they've been saying and what I know. And I want to know that are you going to not necessarily be meek and humble and all that, but are you going to just minimize your way of approach? Because not everybody is a revolutionary, or they have not been trained to be that, and the fear is keeping people away from coming together as they should. Now, what can you do about that?
There's nothing I can do about that, because it's my firm belief that somebody has to be that. Everybody can't be mealy-mouthed. Everybody can't be compromising. Everybody can't tiptoe through the tulips. Everybody can't play politics. Everybody can't, if I haven't said it, compromise. Somebody has to be strong. I wouldn't have to be as strong as I am if I saw some others being strong like that. I could tone down, but I'm feeling such desperation to get the message out, to try to plant the seed in those who are strong enough that the walls of their heart, the walls of the uterus of their minds, metaphorically speaking, can hold that revolutionary life and not abort it. So I'm not looking for great crowds. Most of the great crowd, you can get a great crowd where 1 million was short if you're compromising on the principle. If you're telling them, as I heard some rappers and some musicians say, I'm going to the Million Family March, they said. I went to the Million Man March, and I did too. And they said, I'm going to the Million Family March because this time is for everybody. So they were happy that white folks were being included. Then I'll never have anything where the white man is included. Alton Maddox is not at the slave theater right now because Alton Maddox said that what I'm doing is for the African. What I'm doing is for the black man and black woman. No white folks, they came to the door, they tried to get in, they criticized him for having me there, everything. They tried to take him to court, and the old Negro judge out there that owned the slave theater ended up putting Attorney Maddox out because he wouldn't let white folks in. There must be some place where white folks can't come. Now, white folks, we can't keep them out of here. This is Harriet Tubman, this is school. If they came in here, if they can sit under the fire that I'll put on their behind, they're welcome. But when they come, I ain't changing nothing for them. If anything, it's going to get hotter and harder because I got examples to point to sitting in the audience. And I many times tune right in on them. Sitting right in the audience. Look at that old ugly beast sitting there. Look at the way he's squirming. White folks, I say, should never be able to come into a black revolutionary meeting and be comfortable. And be comfortable. They shouldn't be comfortable. They should be uncomfortable. So I'm that one. It closes doors in my face. It cuts back on money that could go in my pocket. It drives some women away from me. I've had some sisters I was trying to talk to, and they were really, I thought it was really, something. We talking, and the sisters, no sisters, some of them, one of the sisters is a singer in this city, a singer. That's all, I didn't say an actor, I said a singer. And when I thought we were going out, this is some few years back, I was all excited. I heard the girl sing. I thought we were going out, and as soon as we about to make the talk to go out, she honestly, as God is my witness, said to me, I found out who you are, really. She said, I can't go out with you. She said, I'm not lying. She said, I might get killed if I go out with you. Do you want me to die with you? This is the truth. So, all of that is a part of it. I've been to Mecca 7 times. So you ain't got to wait for me to come back and tell you that I had no change of heart because some crackers over in Mecca. I've already been 7 times, and I'm harder on them every time I come back because I found racism in Mecca. So I ain't coming back telling you that I'm changed because of some crackers I saw in Mecca. I ain't gonna change because of no communist cracker, no socialist cracker, no manner to fight an enemy like this. You fight it with everything you got. Malcolm said, he said, you want to know when your enemy will understand that you want to be free? I'm paraphrasing him. He said, your enemy will understand that you want to be free when your enemy knows that you're willing to do anything to be free. Anything to be free. God damn it, you won't even talk to be free. You want to dress it up. He's too rough. God damn it, the times are rough. The cracker is rough. Everything is rough. But you just weep with all your Africa on. And ain't no Africa no goddamn where in your heart. Malcolm said that. He say some of you, he said you left your mind in Africa. You dressed up Negro. I don't mean all of you. Some of you cool. But most of us, many of us are just dressed up Negroes. We just dressed up in our Africa. I've seen some dreadlock Negroes stay high all the time. Couldn't plan no kind of revolution. Can't even revolve out of the room. Can't even revolve out of the bed. Blunts and splibs this goddamn big. And white women. And white